Guys, I would like to start a series. We're going to jump into this little series that I call Bitch, You Not Crazy. This is a series where we explore the collective and interpersonal gaslighting that men do in relationship to women in order to justify and excuse their problematic ass behavior that in turn makes women feel crazy. That's what this series, Bitch, You Not Crazy, is all about. We are going to delve into some of the most popular gaslighting tactics that men use interpersonally and collectively against women, individually and collectively, and the gaslighting tactics that they fall back on, the popular ones. We're going to be demystifying those tactics and pointing out how not only are these men doing these things, but they are doing it on purpose and they are well aware of what they're doing. Because, bitch, you not crazy. He knows exactly what the hell he's doing. He's just gaslighting you. And as we've talked about before, gaslighting is the patriarchy's number 4 favorite tool. It's the patriarchy's number 4 favorite tool next to the number 5 favorite tool, which is, you guessed it, weaponized incompetence. And weaponized incompetence is mixed up in this, in gaslighting. They make it seem like they don't know what they're doing to make you feel crazy. And we are going to prove to you women that we are not crazy. These men are doing this on purpose and they're doing it intentionally and they know exactly what they're doing. Because one of the effects of gaslighting by men is that women start to feel crazy. We start to feel like we're losing our mind. And they play into that. They intentionally play into us feeling like we are crazy. They're doing it on purpose. And we are going to prove that to you. All right? Let's start. Let's start off this series, Bitch, You Not Crazy, with one of male's favorite number 1 gaslighting tactics, and that is to constantly do small, little, tiny things to mess with their female partner's minds, to keep them off their game, to keep their partner stressed out, so that they can take advantage of their partners and they can get benefits from keeping their partners off their game. I talked about this a couple episodes ago when we were talking about the woman who was divorcing her man because he was tightening the jar lids too tight on purpose. I talked about this and I talked about how men do these things on purpose. They're intentionally doing things to mess with us. And there were so many men in my comments, y'all, when I posted this, talking about, that's not true. We're not doing it. No, you guys are, again, accusing us women of being crazy. Okay, because that's their tactic. That's gaslighting. Calling us crazy, calling me crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Keep listening to this girl. She's going to keep you single. That's their favorite thing. And then I came across this video that I want to play. That highlights exactly what I'm talking about. But it's not me, a woman, who's saying this.
I never gave her safety. I never gave her stability, because safety and stability meant that she could relax and pause. And a woman who feels safe might realize that she doesn't need me. So I kept her off balance. I created chaos inside the entire relationship, created fights over nothing. One day sweet, the next day cruel, going back and forth. And so she stayed second guessing herself, stayed working, stayed focused, trying to work harder and fix herself, trying to figure out what version of me she'd get, never understanding, never knowing. And I controlled her by keeping her anxious. Because the last thing I needed and the last thing I wanted for her to feel steady enough to actually walk away from me. The worst part inside of this is I knew exactly what I was doing because I chose it. Because a stable woman can't be manipulated. But an anxious one stays locked into a relationship much longer than what they want to be. Is the guy in your life doing this to you today?
That is from Raw Motivations, raw_motivations on TikTok. And there you have it, ladies. You're not crazy. He is fucking with you. If you're in a situation, if you're in a relationship with a man and you feel like he's doing little things to make you crazy, to keep you off your game, he is. And you ask him about it and he makes you feel like you're crazy. He gaslights you. He makes you feel like you're crazy and you start to feel like you're crazy. Maybe I'm tripping. These are just little weird things. Maybe I'm just being too sensitive. Maybe it's me. If you find yourself in a situation like that, remember this video that I just played. They know. Because that's exactly what he said. He said that when he was in relationships with women, he would intentionally keep them off their game. He would never provide them safety and stability. He intentionally went out of his way to be unstable. To what? Keep his partner off her game. Because he knew that if his partner was on her game, she would probably fucking leave him. And that's what most men who try these tactics, which unfortunately is the average dude, it's 99% of them, okay? It's the vast majority of them, because this is how they're socialized by society to, to trick women, to manipulate women, not to actually be in true partnership with them, but to exploit, use, drain them through the means of manipulation. Okay, that's how they're socialized. That's how they're taught to, that's how they're taught to date. What you think that locker room talk is all about? So this man would intentionally make his girlfriend or his wife feel unstable. He said that one day he will be hot, the next day he will be cold. How many times have we heard women talking about how, I don't know he's just so hot and cold. It's like one day he's hot, the next day he's just so hot and cold. Boom. This man, out of his own mouth, Raw Motivation, said, this was something I did intentionally. And this is something that some men do intentionally. In my opinion, most men. The vast majority. You know who doesn't do it? The simps. The simps. Get you a simp, lady. Get you a simp. Because they actually value women and they actually respect women and they actually honor women. That's why they get so attacked by the average man out there. That's why being a simp is the word. That's why anytime you see a man out there treating a woman right, here's all the other men coming out. Oh, what a simp. He a simp. That's a simp. They're telling you they're telling you everything you need to hear, ladies. You just need to listen. You just need to listen. What they're saying is the simps are the ones you need to be with. Okay? But if your man is not a simp, he's most likely doing the same type of gaslighting tactics that this man was doing, keeping his wife unstable so that she would never, ever, ever feel strong enough to be able to leave him. He said that he would keep her anxious, be going hot and cold. You heard him. You heard him. Go back and rewind, play the video again. And the key point of all this, he said he knew exactly what he was doing. He was doing it on purpose. The same way that man who was tightening his wife's jar lids too freaking tight knew what the hell he was doing, even though he refused to admit it. He was doing it for the same reason as this man, to keep her off her game, to keep her stressed out, to keep her on edge, to keep her nerves frayed. So that he could make sure that she never left him. Because how could she leave him if she's always constantly on edge? And she got too much to worry about to be thinking about leaving. And why would she leave him? If she leaves him, who's gonna untighten the jars? It's really that simple, ladies. Or like this man said, I would go hot and cold. Keep her off her game. Sometimes it's got to come out the horse's mouth for you to believe it, ladies. You're not crazy. Bitch, you're not crazy. If you find yourself in a situation where you're in a partnership with a man, you're in a relationship, a marriage, whatever, living with them, and you feel like you just feel like you're going crazy because he's doing all these little things that he doesn't acknowledge, he gaslights you about it. You feel like he's constantly doing little things, but then they're not too big, so big to even call it out. So, and you start to feel, if you feel like you're going crazy, it's because he's intentionally doing things to make you feel like you're crazy. And if you're not, if you find yourself in that situation, go back, rewind the video, and play the video again so you can see it coming right out of the horse's mouth. They know exactly what they're doing.